In this recording, we're going to have a look at creating an extraction fan that can be placed as a wall-based object. Here is one I've done earlier, and just looking at that in 3D view by there as well. So we can see how it goes through the wall and terminates on both sides. So I'll create another one now at a slightly different size just to show you how to do it. So first thing we're going to do is go File, New Family, and find the wall-based object. Too far. Model wall-based, there it is, and click Open. So that then opens up the different views. Now this is going to involve 3 different elements, and we're going to do them as different extrusions, and we're going to make sure we do them all from the same view. Okay, so I'm looking directly at the wall, extrusion to a square, and this one I'm going to do a 150mm diameter duct going through the wall. So therefore I'm going to do this 225 insides. Okay, now if you know the thickness of your wall, that's a good starting point. If not, you can always edit it later on. Now my wall is about 350mm thick, so therefore what I'm going to do is half that to 175, and I'll go from there. So I'll have the extrusion start at 175, and I'll allow it to be about 25mm thick on the outside. Okay, and then I just want to be able to center my circle for the duct and make that 75. There we go. Delete that and tick. So there's the first element. All right, now we'll notice that it's disappeared. So what I'm going to do is jump round to the back and zoom in by here, and we can now see it by there. So I'll now work off this side here. Let's create another extrusion. And again, let's just quickly draw a line by there. So this is going to be the duct going through the wall now. Okay, so that extrusion is going to end at 175. So I'll change that to 175 and start at 0. Okay, delete that and tick. And then finally, I want to show some sort of grill across the front of it. So what I will do here is again another extrusion, and I'll just do this as let's change the scale as well to 1:5, so it just makes the lines a bit easier to see. Right, I want to keep it square, so 225. Right, I don't want it to be that size. So what I'll do now is click on this, change that down to 200 on that side, and change that then another 25 down there, so 175, and then I'll change that. It only needs to be a few millimeters in size. And then I'm going to array that. So copy. I won't let me array there, so what I'll do, I'll just copy it. And come down 20. And then come down another 20. Oops. Okay, and I'll just repeat, there we go, that coming down there. So copy. So you'll see I'm just pointing in the right direction, typing in on the keyboard 20, and then just hitting the Enter key. Just making sure the cursor is pointing in the right direction each time. And there we go. Now the extrusion on this one, okay, we want it to start at the 200 and end at the just past that 200, and we'll say 205. There we go. And then we'll tick. And we'll have a quick look at that by here. So we can see now we have a termination for an extraction. Now what we haven't done here is looked at the materials. So we're going to click the material for each of these categories, and there's no real selection by there at the moment, so we'll click home, go into the list of materials, and I'm going to go down and just find the plastic, but obviously you could use a material other than plastic, and you can also change the colours if you wish. So plastic, and I'm going to find the white plastic, there it is, opaque white, click on it, load it into there. Now, as you do this, you may notice that while the appearance is fine for a realistic view, if you're doing a consistent colours view, which you might sometimes, the colour is grey, and I don't really like that, so I'm just going to change that to white, and then say OK. And then I'm just going to select these other objects as well and change those to white at the same time. The plastic. Right. So now we've done that. Now I'm going to File and Save as a family and give it a name, and this is going to be extraction fan 150 diameter. Now you could name it differently, you could have done 225 square for the actual size of the vent. Once you've done that, load it into your project, and you can now see that you are fixing it to a wall. Okay. It also has the elevation from the floor, so I'll change that from 1339 to 1800, and I'll just drop it in by there. Now, if that's not in the place where you want it, of course you can click on it and adjust exactly where you want it. There we go. But I also want an extra one, so I will click on that, use the mirror command, and just mirror it by there. And now we have the extraction fan in plan view. If we look at it on elevation, we can see by there as well, we have our extraction fan going through. We may notice on this one that the actual brickwork is still in there as well, which is a bit of a nuisance. Let's have a little look at our 3D interior view. And there we go, that's on there. Now let's just say that you don't want to be able to see that brickwork, which really we don't do. So you'll notice in the other fan I just used solid slats covering the hole. That obviously hides it. This one though, I haven't done that. So what I'm going to do is actually go back into it and edit it. So edit family, find this. And I'm just going to put another layer in there so that we can just get that filled. And it won't look. So just trying to remember, do a circle. There we go, from there to there. And let's do the extrusion. Well, I think let's end it at 195 and start it at 170, and hopefully that should hide it. There we go. Now it's hidden. Yeah, I could have done that by editing the actual original tubular extrusion as well and just bringing it forward a little bit. So as we could see, it was just recessed into the wall. And now that does look better because you can now see that it's white inside there. So that is our extraction fan.